Welcome to Insight for the monthly energy forecast for the month ahead of March. I'm really looking forward to sharing the insights with you, as we have already had a phenomenal couple months to kick off the start of 2021 with some huge energies, especially with the major alignment of the new age with the Aquarian energy that came through, and all the portals that opened up during the new moon last month in the new moon of Aquarius. Who felt that? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments, because we had lots of seeds planted and a ton of fertilizer come in during those portals to help us grow and seed our goals and what it is that we're birthing in for the future with this new age. So we have for this month of March coming up the new moon, which is on the 13th, and that is going to be in Pisces. And then we have following that for our full moon on the 29th of March, which will be in Libra. So we're going to drop in now and do a reading for the month of March overall. And for this month ahead, we do have the number 8 of Earth. So this card is really opening up the energy portals to set a tone for the month for us. Now, the number 8 is a card of abundance, infinite healing, and we combine that with the earthy energy to really ground us, to really drop us in. Now, as you can see, this 8 of Earth is in reverse with how it's being drawn for our reading for the month of March overview. What this tells us is that we will be feeling very ungrounded this month, and that a lot is going to come up. I feel particularly in the astral realms in the regards to spiritual healing. I also feel that there is going to be a lot of conflict in love for many people, and this is going to cause us to have a reassessment of our relationships, how we are relating with self, how we're relating with others, but most importantly, what that means for our lifestyle values for the month of March. Now, because we are also in the energy of Pisces, this really emphasizes the fact that we are going to be feeling quite floaty. We are going to be off in the clouds in dreamland. So in order to make use of the infinite abundance that is coming through from the Aquarian age, and especially from the new moon of last month and all the portals that opened up then, we really need to be creating some firm structures in our life. And this card is telling us that we will be tested in that. We will have to really consider how we want to focus our energy and attention along with our time, and prioritize. Prioritize is the card of this month overall. How are you integrating what comes up for you? But more importantly, how are you creating time and space to ground in what it is that comes up for you? Whether you're doing heavy meditation practice, last month we had a strong theme of inner child healing as well, especially with the full moon that came up. That was quite significant for a lot of people. So when you decide to take action, what is it that you're going to actually do to implement this awareness, to implement this growth that you have from the realizations of your core inner child wounds of last month? So really consider how it is that you're going to keep that balance of staying connected in the ether space and with that Piscean energy that's very imaginative, very spiritual, very dreamy, but grounding into the body. So we're going to have to really consider getting physical. You might want to go to the gym, you might want to do some calisthenics. You may also want to do yoga. I love Kundalini yoga. For me, that's my personal preference as just being like the diamond of all yogas, and really is the yoga of the Aquarian age. So make sure that you're getting in your body a lot, that you're taking that time out in the evenings as well to plan your schedule for the next day. This will set a container for you to stay on focus and on path, so you can flow within the expression of your day and really use that Piscean energy to keep you going and drive you forward. That is the 8 of Earth for the overview of the month of March. So we have For the new moon coming up on March the 13th, we have this card, the number 6 of fire. The 6 of fire is really representing for us that Piscean energy, the sensitivity and perceptiveness. It's also going to be because with the fire energy as well, we also have the insecurities coming up and how we're going to transmute those insecurities. So it's really about being passive, waiting and seeing, and just really tuning in and staying connected to your heart center, because the card is also, this card, the number 6, is also a number of immunity and strength building. So we want to really create time, fire, that creative energy, to open up our creative and spiritual pursuits and really look at how we are going to allow those energies to support us in being more connected to where we want to go in our journey. Now, we do also have Venus and Neptune approaching a conjunction around this new moon, and Ceres is also conjunct with Chiron in Aries. So what that means is there's going to be a lot of growing and helping one another, and that also is very in alignment with the Piscean energy, very in alignment with the fire energy of moving forward, of coming together, of collaboration, celebration and fun. So for this new moon, I really invite you to tune into what is your heart's desires, what is going to allow your heart to be filled with what it is that you cleared out last month, especially those that really went into the inner child healing processes, and allow yourself to flourish. Allow yourself to transform your life. Allow yourself to really use this Ceres conjunction with Chiron and Aries, and as well as that playful, lovey energy of Venus and the imaginative energy of Neptune as well. So really just allow that time for you to stay connected to your heart and let it bring strength for you for this month. Let you build up the immunity with that number 6. The number 6 is also a card of manifestation, co-creation. So it's really bringing in that community vibe of helping one another, growing together and coming into playfulness, coming into love. The Piscean energy wants to play, it wants to get creative and wants to have fun. And the fire and the 6 of fire is really emphasizing this. So really allow yourself that freedom. And we call back in the number 8 of earth, right? That is the overview card of this month. That is going to be really important to ensure that we are creating those structures for us so we really can make the most of this. So remember, the 8 of earth is in reverse, so we're going to be tested in our ability to stay grounded, and this card really emphasizes that. So make sure that you stay connected, you stay centered. You may even feel really called to go to lots of different places and be conflicted. However, staying connected to your heart's desires, even your sacral energy, which is your energy of relationships and expression, having those two in alignment is going to be really important. So again, I really emphasize personal practices where you're taking that time out to be with yourself, to get in your body, and then after you do, whether it's yoga, meditation, calisthenics, going to the gym, sit and meditate. Even if you just breathe, come back to the breath, center, and allow space in your mind for your heart to reveal to you where your passions lie and how that's going to allow you to build strength in your life and in your personality for how you want to show up and express in this new age energy, because a lot of this new age energy is about freedom and flow and trust as well. Okay, so that is our card that we have for the new moon coming up on the 13th of March. How's this resonating for you so far? I would love to know what's dropping in for you, what may be coming up. Also working with diamond consciousness and crystalline consciousness here too. So when we keep that in the forefront of our minds, we can recognize that just a simple transmission like this download, this forecast, this energy forecast that I'm providing for you will actually give you healing in itself. But remember, we do have to come back to this card of the earth and the 8 and the abundance and the infinity, right? And the self-healing, and really, really ground it in. So coming up on the March the 29th, we have the full moon in Libra. Now, this full moon in Libra is really, really all about bringing in that balance and that harmony. Okay, that's what the Libra is really speaking to. We have the Saturn trine in a north node and the Mars conjunct in a north node. So what the Saturn does is harmonizes sun and moon energy, so masculine and feminine, so really bringing back in that balance, right, of the polar energies of going and doing. And then we also have the being and staying with self, right? And the Lovers emphasizes this, okay? So with the Six of Lovers, which is from the Major Arcana, this too is in reverse. And the Lovers is showing us that there is conflict within self, in conflict with whether or not we want to stay with self, which is really also bringing in the Sun opposition that we have in Aries, right, which is also happening with this full moon in Libra this month. And what that means is the Aries is all about the self, whereas the Libra is about the others. So we've almost got the quarrel of the Lovers going on this month, okay? So really just calm back, calm to self. And as I said with the new moon energy, because of the Piscean flow for the month, you're going to be really dreamy. You're going to be like wanting to get around a bit and, oh, you know, I had plans today, but they can just go away because I just want to float over here like a little fairy. So keep your integrity with that. Come back to the 8 of Earth, remembering that it's in reverse, so we will be challenged to keep those containers really, really strong. And utilize these portal energies that are opening up, especially with this Saturn trine in the North Node and the Mars conjunct in the North Node. Really going into, you know, do we want to take action or do we want to be with self? Well, we want to do both. Honestly, we really want to do both. We want to find those means now with the inner child energy from last month. We've done all that inner healing that's come up. We want to integrate that by going, okay, sitting with self, acknowledging self. What does self want? We have those healthy frameworks and containers to support us through that earthy energy, remember, to create a framework. We keep grounded in the body with our personal practices and with our meditation. Kundalini yoga, recommend all the way. And with those personal practices, creating that space to go, what do I want to do today? What is alive for me? What is my heart's desires? How do I want to use this dreamy, imaginative Neptune energy to bring more fun and play in my life and also support my spiritual pursuits? Because when we are fulfilling our spiritual pursuits, this is giving us deep soul alignment and satisfaction. You know, when we are avoiding these parts of ourselves, we tend to go and do all the things in our life. However, there's this deep sense of being unfulfilled, or we can't get enough. And this is when we may overconsume, whether that's with partying, drugs and alcohol, eating lots of food, maybe smoking. And we have to really watch those overindulgent habits as well, especially with the Piscean energy of the freedom and the flow this month. So, what the Six of Lovers really, really represents, especially in reverse, is to settle those quarrels. We want to check in with our masculine self, that sun energy, and say, all right, inner man, what is it that I need to do as the bare minimum today to feel complete and satisfied? And he's going to tell you. And once you heed that, you must act on it. All right. And then you have to check in with your feminine aspect, the moon energy, the dreamy energy, and ask her, all right, feminine, what is it that you desire today to feel fully expressed? Yeah. Let that sink in. Hey. And when she lets you know, this is what you do upon achievement of completing the tasks of the masculine. And then you find that balance. So for example, you may have things that you need to do. So get up early, do your personal routine, do that check-in process, and then go, all right, I'm going to get these done in the first part of the day, ideally before midday, because you're also with the rising energy of the day. And then after midday, you can start to, you have your lunch, maybe you want to have a little siesta. The Aquarian age really emphasizes that need to slow down. Maybe you want to have another meditation or something like that. Do a little bit more work. And then by the early afternoon, you want to be tapping into that fun zone, that dreamy Neptune energy, that playful energy of the Piscean, and just go have fun, girl. Let your feminine come out, be expressive. Maybe you want to paint, maybe you want to socialize. Really check in, with your self-love practices also. Do you want to be with self, or do you want to be with others? Reconnecting with that Aries and Libra energy, which is playing out over the theme over this month as well. All right, guys. So thank you very, very much for tuning in. If there's things that have come up for you during this insight energy forecast for the month of March, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to receive more, sign up to the email subscription, where I will also send you rituals for the coming new moon and full moon, so you can stay in touch with yourself and have those personal practices to support you in creating that container for ultimate self-expression. Remember to hit like and subscribe to my channel also, so you can stay up to date with all the latest downloads and psychic forecasts. Thank you for joining me for Insight. This is Courtney J. Dwyer. Lots of love.